I don't know if this is gonna work.
Hey guys, welcome to My Sew Bliss. Today I'm going to start a new series called Will It Sew? And today I'm starting with some plastic products, prime bottle, plastic bag, water bottle, and a few other fun items. So let's get started.
To get started, I just started cutting everything out. I did a plastic bag. This is an applesauce cup. That was super easy. And then I did a Kirkland water bottle. Again, it was a thin plastic, so it was pretty easy. Then I tried to cut the prime bottle with my scissors. It didn't work very well, so my husband gave me this tool. I think it's like a wire cutter or something. I don't really know, but the prime bottle was really thick, and this was much easier to use. Just be really careful if you try this at home. Those were sharp. Then I got my machine ready. I am going to sew them to scraps of fabric. And I'm using a very sharp needle. So let's start with the plastic bag. Super easy. That was like sewing through fabric pretty much. It definitely crinkled a lot, but you can see like my stitching is really nice and it looks really good. So will it sew a plastic bag? Yes. Next up we have the applesauce cup, and I just cut half of this, and it luckily curves to my machine and is pretty thin, so it wasn't too bad. It sewed through really nicely actually, and here's a close-up view of it. It just like looked really clean and nice, so I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, what could I do with this in a project? So will an applesauce cup sew? Yep, it will. Next up, I'm going to be sewing the Kirkland water bottle. This plastic was pretty thin, so I wasn't too worried, and it did sew through really nicely. I made a cool noise while I was sewing, just really crinkly, and I thought, could this be a baby toy? But will a plastic Kirkland water bottle sew? Yeah, it did really well. Now it's time to try the prime water bottle. I was a little worried about this because the plastic is really thick, and when I tried it on my machine, right sides up with the prime water bottle, that was really hard. Because it's so thick, I couldn't squish it down. So I just flipped it around, and it actually sewed through so nice. Look at those stitches. So then I tried to flip it over and try again. I started pushing on it, trying to kind of make it cave in on itself. Then I just started kind of trying to sew on top of it. And I was like, okay, well, what if I could just start curving and sew along the curve and just make some stitches? But as you can see here, that really didn't work. I did create holes, and the thread kind of went through, but not really nicely and didn't look good. So then I caved it in before I even put it in my machine, and I immediately broke my needle on the first stitch trying to do that. So I'm going to say you can't sew through a prime bottle on the right side. There's my broken needle. Poor little guy. So can you sew through a prime bottle? Kind of. So I'm putting a new needle in. I'm trying one more thing. This is a plastic lacing cord. You make bracelets with it or lanyards, and I just wanted to see how it would sew together, and it turned out really well. I used a few different zigzag stitch lengths, and it looks really good. So will this lacing cord sew? Yep, it will.
So those are all the plastic items that I'm going to try and sew today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. Next week, I'm going to do another video on Will It Sew, and I'm thinking of a few food items that I could try. So leave your requests or ideas for me down in the comment section, and let's try a few more things on Will It Sew. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!